All right, gang, we're gonna go over Nimble Maneuvers Workout B. Up first, we've got burpee, push-up to kick. So for the burpee to kick, we're gonna go down, placing the hands close to the feet. We're gonna spring back. We'll go down for the push-up. We're gonna come back up. We'll hop back in. We're gonna stand up and kick with one leg. Then we're gonna repeat. So she's gonna go down, placing the hands by the feet, out. Her feet are just about shoulder width apart, and she's gonna kick with the opposite leg. Okay? And then if we're gonna modify this, we're gonna go down and we're gonna step back as opposed to jumping back. Step back, step back. We'll step back in, and if you need to step in wide, that's okay. The wider your feet are, the easier it is to step in and to step out, and then she'll stand up and kick. Okay, so again, just going down, stepping back. Is there something you wanted to add, Pearl?
Owning the plank.
Oh, owning the plank is important. Yes, I'm glad you said that. So when she steps back, we want to make sure, see how she's in a nice, solid plank? A lot of people will make the mistake of just stepping back a little bit and their butt will be up, right? They'll just step back a little and their butt's up, but we really want to get the core engagement out of this. So take the time to step all the way back and hit that solid plank. Okay? All right, so that is the modification for burpee to kick. Next, we've got floor scap slide. So she's going to lay down onto her back. Yep, you see that little butt wiggle? She's making sure that her back is nice and flat. And so back flat, she wants her rib cage tucked in. The knees are bent in this position. Back is flat, if I didn't already say that. And her elbows are at a 90 with her palms open, palms up. And what she's gonna do is she's gonna take a belly breath in, that 360 degrees of breathing into her belly and her sides. And she's gonna exhale as she raises her hands up. We're trying to maintain the shoulder blades or the scapula being flat on the floor. And we're trying to maintain contact with the elbow and the wrist. Okay? However, if you don't have that range of motion to be able to put your hands down, keep your back flat and your shoulder blades flat is number one, right? And this over time. It is. It's a small movement because as you raise your arms up above your head, there gets to a point where you feel like your elbows are going to lift up off the floor and you want to stop before that happens. So this is floor scap slides. Is there anything else I forgot? No? Okay. All right, so we'll move on to the next one is dead bug legs. So for dead bug legs, she's gonna take this and bring her knees up here so that her knees are at a 90 and her toes are flexed up. Again, all the same things apply, that her back is flat. We're just doing the dead bug legs. So you can leave your arms like this if you want to. And we're gonna exhale and put the leg all the way out and come back in. But there's a couple of caveats to this. So if you start to put your leg out here and your back starts to lift up off the floor, see how she just lost core engagement? We want to stop before that happens. So your back flat is number one here, right? That's kind of the running theme. And we're exhaling as she goes off, out as far as she can. And we're not resting the heel on the floor and then coming back in. Be aware that sometimes the opposite knee wants to come in as you do this, right? The goal is to try and keep your knees right over that hip joint. However, if that makes your back pop off the floor, bring them in just a little. But know that the challenge over time is to make sure that those knees are right directly over your hips while maintaining a flat back. The next move is we're gonna combo these two things. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine going out with one leg. So we're gonna do dead bug leg, one leg, and we'll come back in. She's gonna inhale again and exhale and do floor scap slides. Then we'll be back to center. And then she's gonna exhale and do the other side of the dead bug leg. And so we're just gonna combo these two moves, making sure we're using that full exhale for each one of the two parts. Okay, so that is dead bug floor scap slides. Okay, up next we've got front kick, back kick. So for front kick, back kick, we're gonna stand up and she's gonna get kind of kitty cornered and she's gonna turn and she's gonna do a front kick as she threads the needle and a back kick. Front kick, back kick. Now you'll notice if you watch Pearl's toes, her toe it's pointed straight up towards the ceiling on the front kick. But the back foot is parallel to the floor as she leans forward and opens the hip up so that she can kind of send that back straight. This is tricky to do in slow motion, Pearl. You're doing a great job. You kind of get a rhythm with this one, right? And so sometimes your range of motion might not look like Pearl. She's done this once or twice before. So if it's a little bit lower, that's okay. If it's down here, right? We just want to make sure that your back stays flat when you go to bend over and open up to kick that way, right? And so we'll do 10 on one side and we'll do 10 on the other side. And then the last exercise we have is flamingo stand. So we can show from the front and then we'll show from the side. Okay, so flamingo stand, we're just gonna stand on one leg and lift the other up into a high knee position and back down again, right? So this is really gonna light up and warm up the hips, really focusing on pulling your belly button in, so we're using some of those low abs to do the lifting as well. And we'll do 10 up and down on one side, and then let's just turn it aside to show what that looks like.
Really touching the floor either.
Oh, good point. Yep. So she's mentioning to me that she's not actually touching her foot on the floor. So it's going up and it's going down, but she's not actually resting it. It visually looks like she's putting her foot down, but she's not actually letting it rest on the floor so that the muscles stay engaged. And that's flamingo stand.